Chapter 1. Representation of Geographical Features. A quick glance. Map and its types. Use of colors and their shades in maps. Use of scales for measurement and its types. Conventional signs and symbols. Directions. Grid. A map or a topographical sheet is the representation of the spherical surface of the earth on paper. All the features of the earth or a part of it are drawn on a flat surface. A map is drawn to scale. The details on these maps are represented in the form of symbols, words, lines, and colors. The oldest known maps began to appear in about 2300 BCE, etched on stone tablets. The world's earliest known surviving map, etched on stone tablet in the ancient city of Babylon, currently on display at the British Museum in London, dates back to 5th century BCE. This star-shaped map, measuring just 5 by 3 inches, shows the world as a flat disk surrounded by an ocean. This Babylonian map of the world is known as Imago Mundi. It was found in a town called Sippar in Iraq. German cartographer Martin Wolsey Müller produced the first map in history to depict the New World as a distinct landmass with the Pacific Ocean on its western side. With the passage of time, maps were made to show greater details of both natural and man-made features such as boundaries of land, oceans, rivers, mountains, plains, and other details. Since all these features are not possible to be drawn on a map in their actual shape and size, they are represented by colors, different symbols, and contour lines. There are many kinds of maps. Political maps show the boundaries and areas of different countries. They also show the capitals of the countries, major towns and cities. These maps are also used to show various cultural, historical, political and commercial places. Physical maps, also called relief maps, show physical features such as continents and oceans, the mountains, plains, plateaus and rivers. These maps can show great details through the use of color variations and even three-dimensional views. These are very helpful in understanding an area of land with its natural features. They help in the identification of lands for construction of dams, buildings, roads and railways. Thematic maps represent particular features only, such as types of weather, soil, vegetation, and distribution of minerals. Thematic maps are further divided into 3 types. Climatic maps. They show temperatures, cloud coverage, humidity and rainfall. Distribution maps. They show distribution of crops, minerals, natural vegetation, population, etc. Survey maps. They show small area with many details such as roads, post offices, schools, parks, etc. The maps that are made today are very precise. These are made with the help of GPS and satellite images. Ptolemy, a Greek mathematician and cartographer, came up with a set of equations that are still used in maps. Symbols are very essential components of any map. Besides these symbols, various colors are also used to show certain physical features of a place. For example, water bodies are shown in blue color, mountains in brown, cities in red or black, lowlands or plains in green, cultivated lands in yellow, ice-capped mountains in white, etc. Colors. In topographical maps, a particular feature is shown in a particular color. Different types of roads and buildings are shown in red color. Red is also used to show grid lines and their numbers. Blue is used to show water bodies and wells that have water, whereas those that are dry are shown in black. Black is also used for all writings except grid numbers. Telephone and telegraph lines, lines of longitude and latitude, railway tracks and boundaries are also shown in black color. Some lines on the map are in brown color. They are called contour lines that are drawn joining places that have the same height above sea level. Green color in use to show areas covered with forests, whereas cultivated land is shown in yellow color. Uncultivated land in between, if any, is left white. Shading is often used in physical maps to show variations in heights and depths. Densely forested areas are shown in dark green, while light green indicates grasslands, scattered trees, orchards, and scrubs. Greater heights are depicted as dark brown or purple, whereas sand dunes, stony wastelands, and highlands are shown in brown color. Water bodies, such as perennial rivers, canals, wells, tanks, and springs are shown in blue color, with darker shades of blue depicting greater use of scales for measurements. Scale is the proportion or ratio between the actual distance on the ground or the Earth's surface and the distance shown on a map. To maintain the accuracy of the areas, their distances from each other, and their actual placement, everything has to be represented on a particular scale to the original thing. Suppose you want to show the distance between your school and your home on a map that is of 10 kms. You have to show this 10 kms distance in 2 centimeters on a map. So you will be considering 1 centimeter on the map showing 5 kms on the ground. Therefore, the scale of your map will be 1 centimeter =5 kilometers. If you know the scale of a map, you will be able to calculate the actual distance between any two places on the surface of the Earth. There are 3 different ways commonly used to indicate the scale of a map. Statement: the units of distance are mentioned on the map in this type of scale. For example, 1 centimeter =5 kilometers as described in the above mentioned example. Here, 1 centimeter on the map indicates 5 kilometers on the ground. Linear scale. In this types of scale, a line drawn on a map is divided into equal parts called primary divisions. These primary divisions are further divided into smaller equal parts called secondary divisions. Hence, a graduated straight line is used to represent the scale. This helps in the direct measurement of distance on a map. Representative fraction (RF). This type of scale is shown as the ratio between the map distance and the actual distance on the ground. If it is mentioned on the map as 12,0,0,0,0, it indicates that the distance of 1 centimeter on the map represents a distance of 2,0,0,0,0 cm or 2 kilometers on the ground. Measuring distance on the map. Using scales. Scale shows the distance between two places on a map. Usually, this distance is measured in kilometers and meters on the ground and centimeters on the paper. Measuring distance along a straight line. The straight distance between two places on a map can be measured in 2 different ways. Take a piece of stiff paper with a straight edge and place its straight edge against the 2 points on the map. Mark the 2 points on the strip with a pencil. Then, place the paper properly against the given linear scale and measure the distance. Once you get the distance from the scale, you can easily calculate the distance on the ground. This can also be done by using a divider. Measure the distance by putting the legs of the divider on the 2 points, then place the divider on the linear scale and calculate the actual distance. Measuring distance along a curved line. The distances like the curved parts of a road, railway line, or a river that are not straight can be measured in the following way. Distance shown by a curved line on a map can be measured by using a thread place the thread along the curved lines on the map carefully and mark the extent on the thread. Now, straighten the thread and place it along a ruler to find out its length in centimeters. Then, convert the centimeters into kilometers as per the given map scale. Conventional signs and symbols. Various features like trees, buildings, roads, railway lines, villages, etc., and other physical and man-made features in their actual shape and size cannot be shown on a map because of availability of limited space. To overcome such difficulties, these features are shown with the help of different symbols. These signs and symbols, which are accepted internationally, are called conventional symbols. They are usually given on a map in a list form with their meanings. Such a list is called a key or a legend. Roads, metalled, according to importance, distance, stone roads. Unmetalled, according to importance, bridge, cart track, pack track and pass, footpath with bridge, streams with track in bed, undefined. Canal, dams, masonry or rock-filled, earthwork via river dry with water channel, with islands and rocks, tidal river, swamp. Reeds, wells, lined, unlined, spring. Tanks, perennial dry embankments, road or rail, railway, broad gauge, double, single with station, under construction railway, other gauges, double, single with distance, stone, under construction. Light railway or tramway, telegraph line. Cutting with tunnel contours, cliff sand features, 1 flat, 2 sand hills, permanent 3, dunes, shifting towns or villages, inhabited, deserted, fort, huts, permanent, temporary, tower, antiquities, temple, chhatri, church, mosque, iga, tomb, graves, lighthouse, lightship, wood, lighted, unlighted, anchorage, mine, vine, on trellis, grass, scrub, palms, palmyra, other, plantain, conifer, bamboo, other trees, boundary, international, boundary, state, demarcated, undemarcated, boundary, district, subdivision, tehsil or taluk, forest boundary, pillars, surveyed, unlocated, village, tri-junction, heights, triangulated, station, point, approximate, benchmark, geodetic, tertiary, canal, post office, telegraph office, combined post office, police station, bungalows, dark or travelers, inspection, rest house, circuit house, camping ground, forest reserved, protected space, names, administrated, locality or tribal. Directions. Direction is a very essential part of a map. If you see any map, near the top towards the right, an arrow with the letter T is provided. This arrow always points towards north. This is called the north line. If we know the north direction, then it becomes easy to locate the other directions, east, west, and south. There are 4 major directions, north, south, east, and west. These are called cardinal points. There are 4 intermediate directions in between these cardinal directions. They are northeast, southeast, northwest, and southwest. These directions provide greater accuracy in locating any place. Some maps have compass rose that shows major as well as intermediate. Grid. Grid is a net of lines drawn on a map that form cells, like in a graph paper. The grid is formed by meridians and parallels, or latitudes and longitudes. Most of the topographic maps cover a small area that is less than 1 degree of longitude and latitude. These maps do not have enough of parallels and meridians to form a grid. In such maps, vertical and horizontal lines are drawn in red color to form grids. Each of these grid lines is known by a 2-digit number. The numbering of these grid lines starts from the bottom left corner of a topographic map. The vertical lines that are drawn east of this starting point are called eastings. The horizontal lines that are drawn north of this starting point are called northings. The numbers of the eastings increase eastwards and the numbers of the northings increase northwards. The name of the cells of the grid comes from the lines that form its bottom left corner. It consists of 4 digits, 2 digits of the eastings and 2 digits of the northings. The number of the eastings comes first, followed by the number of the northings. In the given diagram, the number of the highlighted cell in 3118. Glossary: cartographer, a person who specializes in making maps. Topographical maps. Maps showing details of natural and human-made features of any area. Contour lines, imaginary lines, usually drawn in brown color, joining places with same height above the mean sea level on maps. Scale, the ratio between the distance shown on a map and the actual distance on the surface of the earth. Conventional symbols, symbols that are used all over the world. Grid, net of horizontal and vertical lines drawn on a map that form cells. Recap: a map or a topographical sheet is the representation of the spherical surface of the earth on a flat surface of paper. The earliest surviving map shows the world as a flat disk surrounded by an ocean. With the passage of time, maps were made to show greater details of both natural and human-made features with the help of symbols, words, lines, and colors. In topographical maps, a particular feature is shown in a particular color. Shading is often used to show variation in heights and depth. The 3 different ways commonly used to indicate the scale of a map are statement, linear scale, and representative fraction (RF). Conventional symbols are also called key or legend. Directions are very essential part of a map. The north line near the top towards the right, with the letter N on top of an arrow, shows the north direction. A grid is a net of lines drawn on a map that form cells, like in a graph paper.